Yo, what's up, world? Welcome to the Afro Motion Podcast,
Yeah.
giving everything about Africa in the diaspora. We bringing the vibes. I got the illest co-host, Mr. DJ Majesty, and my brethren, Jungle Justice. You already know what it is, man. We coming to y'all live from different locations, but we still gonna give the vibes. You know what I'm saying? This A-Town in Vegas, live and direct. What's up, fellas? What's up? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Yo, Jungle, how you feeling?
Man, we in here, man. You already know, man. We on go.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening, man. This is like almost 20 years. Like this relationship is like almost 20 years. We've been doing,
Right.
pushing the music vibes, bringing the whole Afrobeat thing to America, man. And here we are, like 20 years later, and Afrobeat is like the number one genre, man. How y'all feel about that?
Bro, I gotta say to that, I'm proud, man. I'm proud to be part of that movement. You know what I'm saying? And you part of you part of that movement too. So is
For
Jungle.
sure.
So is Jungles. It's a blessing, man. And we here now. At least we got some recognition. Know where we are. We ain't playing. When we
Exactly.
come deep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, now.
Right. Man, that's what's up, man. Jungle, man, chime in, bro. Like we here. Like, how you feeling? How you feeling about the movement?
About the Afrobeat movement in where in Atlanta
Yeah.
or in just in America. I love
In the world, bro. Like
general.
it's a global thing right
It's
now.
a global thing now, not just one place.
I always knew it was gonna happen. I always
Right.
knew it was gonna blow up. I always knew it was gonna be fresh to death and all that, because the one thing that I always knew, that always made me know Afrobeats was gonna blow up, was the fact that it was new music. It was new music. It was new instruments. There were new instruments being used. The flows were there. But the most important thing was the fact that it was feel-good music. It was good music. It was vibe music. So that's why the whole world
Exactly.
that's why the whole world taking a storm. But another thing is the beats. It's the beats. It's the way it's sung. It's new. Especially the beats. It's the kokum kokum, kikim kikim, kakam kakam. They don't have that. So that came and kind of razzle dazzle them. In fact, that's what I'll say. Afrobeats did it razzle dazzle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
There's a pattern when it comes to Afrobeat. It's a pattern. There's a pattern to the
It's the
beats.
groove.
There's a pattern. There's a groove. There's a standard. There's a pattern. So on that pattern, and people build off of that pattern.
Yeah, man. I mean, to all the viewers, man, like we're gonna be introducing new music, new vibes. We're gonna be, letting you know what the latest is, the greatest is, and we giving it all to you, man. So definitely keep it locked. This is gonna be one of the hottest podcasts out there. And just hit your notification button, hit your subscribe button. Make sure you follow this podcast. We coming live and direct to y'all, man. I got my brothers here, and it's just fucking live, man. So we saying Afro beats right now is the number one trending thing. So like back then when we were in Atlanta, man, and back then it was kind of like the introduction, right? And we were seeing different artists just emerging left and right, and Houston caught on, like New York, DC, but now it's like everywhere. And there's this trending topic right now that's like, who is the big three? Who is the hottest African Afrobeat artist? I want to hear you guys, opinion, like who's your big three or who's your number one, Afrobeat artist?
I'm gonna let Jungle answer that question.
Yeah, let's hear what Jungle got to say.
Number one Afrobeat artist. So
yeah.
So we have to let's base it off of. We're just basing it off of number one, like number one in everything when it comes to being an artist and an Afrobeat artist. Yeah. Like who is the ambassador type shit? Is that what you mean? Who you say is the ambassador of Afrobeats? If they look at Afrobeats, who would they see? Yeah.
Right now, like currently, who is the number one? There's a big three, supposedly. That's what the world is saying. They say there's a big three, and they call this big three, like BURNABOY, DAVIDO, and
can I say something though? That big three.
What you saying?
To me, is bullshit. That big three.
No, I mean,
there's always a big three.
I feel you.
There's always a big three in everything. So there is a big three.
Yeah. Right now, they're saying it's BURNABOY, DAVIDO, and WIZKID. So I want to know who's your number one. Who's the number one out of those?
I'll accept that, but to say the number one out of those, like it's one of those questions where, like, man, you know, it's like a Biggie and Pac question. Like on all these other podcasts, they'll say Jay-Z or Biggie, this or this. And if you don't want to answer, you're going to have to drink or something, or say something, or do something.
Right.
Because you don't want to offend anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this Big Three is one of those, man, because you know what I'm saying? I mean, he got a whole lot on the line. You say this person is better. They'll be like, oh, remember when you said that guy is better than me? Oh, I saw that podcast. You understand? But with the Big
Nah,
Three, man,
man, they need to get out their feelings, man.
for me
They
personally,
need
when
to,
it comes to
right.
David, WIZKID, Burna Boy, as an
Yeah.
Afrobeat artist, for me,
Who you got?
bro, that shit is hard as a motherfucker.
And when you tell us who you got, you tell us why.
Listen, for me though, if Rema is not in that top 3, then I'm disappointed. For real.
Rema is big 4. If you want to put Rema, then you have to make it
big 4. Big 4.
No, Rema is going to be the new African Michael
That's
Jackson.
what you say.
Watch.
I'm very happy you said he's going to be. So he's not yet.
He is going to.
So who is the African Michael
If he's not part of
Jackson
that
now?
top 3,
Okay, so who is the African Michael Jackson now? Rema is going to be.
He's still balling. He's still balling.
I mean, he's
think Rema is gonna be. He's gonna join there in the next couple of years for sure.
When it gets to his time, he's gonna be number 1.
Honestly, just my own opinion. I feel like Davido got lucky with his last album.
No, forget about that. Who would you
got
say is your number 1 Afrobeat artist now? Because now you've already taken Rema to. You've already put Rema at number 4. You've already put Rema to the side. So let's go now. Who is out of these big 3, which is WIZKID?
Right now, he's currently right now.
We're talking about We're not talking about a couple of years before. Then. We're not talking about. We're not talking about last year. We're not talking about last year. We're talking about right now.
Talking to your mic.
It's WIZKID. Right now.
You got WIZKID. Okay, why you got WIZKID?
Bro, that guy's music is timeless. Look at the growth from where he came from to now. Man, that guy, look, if that guy released an R&B album right now, it will sell. The pattern is going. If that guy comes out with an R&B album, it's a wrap. Look at what he's been doing. Look at his catalog right now. It's kind of like R&B, Afrobeat, but R&B too in there. If he decides to go, that's someone that can do an R&B and Afrobeat combination, double disc. They don't do double disc anymore, but if he decides to do it, he will get away with it.
Okay.
He will get away with it. Davido can do that. BURNABOY can do that.
So, what you're saying as of now,
I won't say that,
as of today, as Capo said, WIZKID is for you.
For me, number 1 right now.
Between the big 3, is WIZKID. Okay, Capo,
it's justifiable. It's justifiable. I mean, I can't argue with that at all. You know, I can't argue with that at all. But for me, you know, knowing,
I know who you're gonna. I already know
how, you know, the process of making music, and you know, me, I've always, from the music aspect, always made music that touches my soul, and that's the only kind of music I listen to. So for me, it's Burna Boy, because
for you as of now,
right now.
Right now,
for me, is Burna Boy, and I'll give you the reason why. Because Burna Boy is, out of those 3, is the only one that if you put him in any studio by himself, he's gonna create soulful, timeless music. He's gonna create music that's gonna hit you. He doesn't need a writer. He doesn't need anything. He just needs the bow and the beat. You know what I mean? Like, and he's gonna give you different genres. Like, he's gonna give you like different vibes. You know, Wiz kind of has this. It's just, I don't know. I think Wiz is dope as shit. I'll put Wiz number 2 on that list, but Burna is number 1 because Burna is the inspirational. He gives you different vibes. Party. He gives you something to think about. He gives you, you know, just different vibes, different blends of music, man. And that's for me why he's number 1. Like, he doesn't need 50 people around him to ginger him or to tell him which direction to go, or writers that's to do this or that. Like, he just put him in any studio by himself. As long as say Igbo and Shayo Day,
he's fine.
Jams, they come out.
You know what? In addition to that, I think him and WIZKID kind of like have the same, in a way, if you think about it.
Yeah, they have the same. It's just that the content of the music, to me, Burna Boy has a more variety.
Okay.
content
I give you
wise.
that.
He has more variety, but they have the same inspiration. Soulful is it has that same soul. You could tell it's real. It's coming from their heart. It's like music that came from their soul. But the reason why I put Davido number 3 is because the music doesn't come from his soul. It doesn't hit me like it came from within. To me, it comes from different variety of people.
Right.
You know,
Got it. You
so
got it.
without those people, what will we really
see.
get from Davido?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's
Right.
that's the only reason I put him at number 3. But
That's why I
great
said.
entertainer. He's a great entertainer.
Yeah.
He's a great showman. Burna Boy to me is number 1. Even on stage, none of them is coming close to Burna Boy, bro. On stage, like he giving you.
What I said, bring this down to what I said. Davido got lucky in this last album he brought out.
So that's
Bro,
but
if it
but
was for
but
that,
you're saying as of today, I'll still say Davido.
as of today, he got
I'll
lucky,
say
bro. Let's be
Davido.
honest.
Who you
As
say?
of today, Davido is the biggest African artist as of today.
I'm not arguing that. I'm
As
not
of
arguing that. I'm
today,
just
I'm
saying
not
this is
talking
my own
about
opinion.
last year, you know what I'm saying, or the year, but as of today in the world, Davido is the biggest. Davido is the biggest Afrobeat artist.
When you say the biggest, in what terms?
I mean, pretty much
In
it was
terms of what he's done as in this year, as in today.
On the world stage, yeah.
Music wise, stage wise, just presence as in all, as in Davido is looked at as the ambassador of Afrobeats. When it comes to the three of them, he is the ambassador. He is the one that they will say, okay, when they look at Afrobeats, they are looking at David as an Afrobeat.
Yeah,
it's not like they're not looking at Burna
I
Boy.
would.
It's not like they're not looking at WIZKID. But when it comes to the
I
average
understand what
person, that
agree.
wants to interact with an Afrobeat is David that they will take to Saudi Arabia. All those kind of moves is David that Mattel will take. It's David that some big ass company now that wants to come and mess with an Afrobeat artist is going to mess with Davido. Sorry, some company that wants to do some type of what they call it, something like Mattel, a company on that level.
I would say I would agree with you that he's more marketable.
It's not even it's not marketable.
I would agree.
Marketable, yes, because he's looked at as a good guy. First of all, he plays the good guy.
That comes to the market.
Yeah,
that comes to the marketable
he plays the good guy,
aspect
but
of it.
people will not look at it and wait and say, okay, this guy is a star, this guy is a star, this guy is a star, this guy is a star. But this guy comes from a family of affluence.
wealth.
Yeah. You understand? Before they look left, they look right. They say the richest black man in the world is who? His godfather. So when all those companies come and look now and they want to like say, okay, we need this person to come and do this, they'll come and use Davido now. Davido single-handedly. You understand where I'm coming from. But Burna Boy could be.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Burna Boy could be. With Burna Boy, when it comes to, like you say, when it comes to being creative, the creative process of making music and doing bangers and WIZKID, it comes to them easier, And you know why it comes to them easier? Because music is all about pain. Pain is what people are attracted to. Any kind of music that you see, pain is why. That's why they say music came from the lash. The blues, they came from the latch. When they were latching them in the fields and they'll be crying, that's where their rhythm came from. So that's why when you hear people like Kodak, even Portable's voice is because of his pain. So I would say when you listen to WIZKID and Burna, you see more of the pain, that they went through to be where they are. But the thing about David is that David could have not done music and be richer than who he is today. You know what I'm saying? David, to me, is the only artist that I can say came from wealth and still made it in music. You can't tell me another artist that came from that capacity of wealth. You understand? You had access to, okay, let's do daddy's money, let's daddy's office, daddy's this, that, which his other brothers took who are richer than him. But even his other brothers, when they come out where he is, the attention and the fame that David has overshadows them, even with their money. So when you talk about the biggest Afrobeat artist, so David is using the two aspects. But as in biggest Afrobeat artist today is Davido.
Okay, let me ask this question because we all gave our opinions, right? And we gave our opinions why to that question, who is the biggest? So let me ask this question now. So of those guys, who is the most talented?
The most talented?
WIZKID.
WIZKID.
WIZKID,
Yeah.
man.
Because first of all,
WIZKID,
you have to
man.
realize
Okay.
that a lot of Burna Boy's music, when he first came up, a lot of his music, you can see a lot of different DNA in there, in Burna's music. There's a lot of different DNA coming from here and here. You know, Burna is very good at taking this or having this feeling and going with it and making it happen. You understand? But WIZKID,
Mhm.
everything in WIZKID's music is WIZKID DNA. Everything is WIZKID
Yeah.
music.
No, I feel you
Yeah,
on
when you
that.
go and
I
listen
feel
to
you on that.
Wizkid, you
Right.
won't hear any
I feel you
fella,
on that.
you won't hear any dishes. That's straight
I
Wizkid
feel
you
you.
hear. Davido is straight Davido you hear. You know, but Burna had to go
Right.
like this and go like this and pivot here and pivot here and pivot here till he got to where he is now. That's how he made Afrofusion. So Afrofusion came. That's why it's so. That's why for Burna it's so easy that he doesn't even have to write self. After all the go when he
Right.
don't smoke and the rhythm when he don't day, the zone when he day now, he really doesn't have to write. He really does. He probably writes when he's
That's you know I've never heard that take before. I've never heard that take before, right? You just gave me a different take than anybody when I have this conversation or when I've heard this conversation being had. You just gave a whole different reasoning, which was really dope. I really liked
appreciate
that
that.
because it was like, wow.
I appreciate that. Bro.
Yeah, I never heard
No, me,
that
I'm
take
looking at it
before. So
musically.
that's
Musically, and because when you say big now, okay, you're big as in your rhymes, your this, but do you have that largeness, that largeness that when you
But
come in?
now, to me, right? I feel like give Rema this year,
Oh, Rema,
right? Listen. I think Rema is way better than Davido times
oh
100.
yeah,
That's just
no,
my
for
opinion.
sure.
oh yeah,
For
oh
sure.
yeah,
That
oh
nigga,
yeah,
that's the new African Michael
yeah,
Jackson.
oh yeah.
Watch.
That's why.
Let's
That's
watch.
But the
Yeah,
difference,
Davido.
the reason why Davido is bigger than all of them is because he has the biggest team.
Okay.
He has the
I give
most
you that.
he has the most knowledgeable and
yeah,
he has the best
yeah,
team. Like it's like when Diddy was going to trial, the nigga hired 9 fucking lawyers, the best lawyers. So Davido has the money
Yeah.
to buy the best team.
That's
So
money. Money's
that
talking.
best team is going to produce the best marketing, is gonna get you the best branding,
yeah,
is gonna
yeah.
get you the best
Yeah.
producers, is gonna
Yep.
get you the
Yep.
best
Branding is
writers, is
Yep.
gonna
Yep.
get you the
branding
best
I
everything.
think
You know what I'm
branding
Branding is
is
very
the
saying? Like,
important.
word. I think branding is the
Yeah.
word
Branding is very
because his
important.
brand is
Yeah.
so.
right,
His brand is so.
It's so
He's
strong.
very strong. Davido's
Very,
brand
very
is
strong.
strong, and
Can't
I think
beat it.
the way he really maneuvers, you know, the way he maneuvers, that really makes it seem like what's this thing about him is that he really carries people. You know, Davido, he has that phrase of what's that phrase he has? We rise by lifting others. You know, he has that phrase that he says, "Look, we rise by lifting others," and he's very. What's another word I want to use? He's very quick to. The word is he's very quick to embrace, you know, with fans
Right.
and other
But
artists.
what
And
happened?
there are a lot of
But
artists that will tell you that Davido gave me this,
yeah.
Davido gave me this, Davido gave me this, Davido gave me this. After Davido. You know,
Okay.
he's a people's
I understand all
person.
of that.
And that's what he
But what happened to all these artists? Like, what happened to all these artists like Mario Kun, Phils? Where them niggas at?
listen, at the end of the day,
What
at
the
the
fuck?
end of the day,
Yes, now.
if you ask me that, then you ask me where is Lloyd Banks, and you ask me where is Young Buck, and you ask me where is J Hood. Look, they gave you a deal. It depends on what you do with your deal. They put you there.
Right.
You know, they put you there. You know, they put Fells, they put all these boys. What was the other dude's name? The rapper. They don't have one rapper like that now.
I don't-
You know, they put you there.
no,
You have to want it. You have to be making more songs than Davido. You have to outwork Davido, which is hard.
but no, Mario Kun put in work. But I just don't
No,
know what
he put
happened
in
along the way. He put in work, but I don't know what happened. I just don't
but
know.
David Fee, part of David's album, Mayor could go write for him. David Fee collect Mayor
Yes,
song, put on for
yes.
him.
All those boys
Right.
still help. All their
So
Peruzzi. Those
yeah.
Peruzzi
Even
wrote
Peruzzi is
some of the
enough.
things.
Peruzzi, to me, Peruzzi is one of the most talented out
Yeah,
there in
that's David
Nigeria.
Camp. He's
Peruzzi,
the
if
one
you want
writing
me
the
to say that.
lyrics.
Yeah.
He's the one writing all the lyrics
Yeah.
there. So when it comes to, you know, you may be the most talented, you may be what, like you said, once you have that team, and with Davido's images, you know, they are very big on image. They're very big on it's not because that's why
Mhm.
he wants to use on you know, Davido is one of the people that he doesn't mind. He'll put you on a song, he'll give you a song, he'll do this. He's not afraid to allow other people hop on. You know, he doesn't have that, oh, this dude go blow past me. this dude fit do this one past me, or this. Some people don't want to like Wiz and Wiz and Burna. It's just of recent Burna has really started allowing other artists come around him and get some of the blessings. Charlie Puppy is somebody he likes now.
Bro, Burna Boy needs to pick some good artists. That cat was that guy on that label. What's that guy's name? Buju.
Yeah, but he doing good though, ain't it?
Bro, I don't like his voice, man.
He has
I haven't really heard him like that.
He has it. Trust me. No.
Bro, that shit making me sleep.
No, but that's what it is. That's what it is. That's how the game is.
But let's be real though. He's bigger than anybody on Davido's label. Yeah. As far as music wise and career wise, he's bigger than anybody else.
There's no other artist on David's level.
I'm just saying, as a DJ, when I play, I'm like, I just can't connect.
DJ, maybe, because I don't see his songs being the kind of songs that will bump in the club. I don't see, unless people are there, but I don't see his, as in to bump the club up. I don't really hear the songs in the club like that bumping. But he has his own lane. So that's why I say.
He has his own lane. I think the females like.
Well, I feel like this is just my own.
It's like an LL Cool J. It's like an LL Cool J or Afrobeats type shit.
This is just my own take. I feel like Davido got lucky with his last album. Let's see what he comes out next.
It's not.
If
listen,
it doesn't make,
when you've done it that long, it's not. When you've done it that long, it's not luck. It's growth. It's finding your lane.
Out of that album, how many songs do you like on that album?
This last
how
album,
many songs?
I won't lie. I like the one with. I like the main one. I like the feel.
What's the main one? What's the main one?
Come on, don't do that.
No, the feel is old though. It's way back.
Don't do that now.
An album back.
No, not feel. Still. Anywhere money day, but they call me.
Still. Okay, that's
and one thing about David is that. Let me tell you why David's song resonates. Because
he got lucky, man.
Burna does his David song. David may repeat his hook like 2 times, and they just have a little 10-bar verse or 12-bar verse. Then David is his hooks. David doesn't really. He's not really giving you. He's giving you. He's singing for. He comes with his hook. His hook will hit you like twice. That one will first daze you. Then he'll give you some other things. Then he will daze you again. They tell you now. I've studied music now, bro. I'm telling you. I studied all their formula. They study. I'm an engineer. Before anything, I'm an engineer. So I have to see the pattern. You know what I'm saying? David has some songs.
I'll give you that.
David has some songs too. I know he may not think.
Be there still.
David gets songs now. When you get
I can only count 3 songs. Out of how many songs in one album? Out of how many songs in one album? Only 3 songs.
No.
Each. Compared to his last album, bro, almost everything on that last album was a hit.
Listen,
what you talking about?
Things happen like that now. At least as long as you can.
That's why I say he got lucky. That's why I say he got lucky. Let's see what.
Okay, no, hold on. You're that song with Odumodu Black. Come on, Fonz.
Fonz.
Fonz is there, bro. I'm telling you, if you go and look at that, like at least 5 singles there. As long as you have 5, 6 singles, you're okay. You're neat.
Okay. But that's how you want to put it. That's fine.
Album wise, for sure. That's all you need.
Because even this Burna Boy's last album, if you say this Burna Boy's last album, he has some tunes on there. But compared to the last album, which is I Told You, I think the last album is what? I Told You So, yeah? That last album?
Yeah.
I think I Told You So. Yeah, compared to I Told You So, you can't compare this album. This album is more of a, and I got this from Pitchfork. Pitchfork is the #1 site for you to go and rate albums. I think the album was rated like 5.9. David's album was like 7.4, 5.9, because the album is more of a like, look, no chance me type, Namibi still be, Burnaboy has gotten to the point that we know this is you. We know your Odogu. We know your Odogu, but he's almost like he's still trying to tell us that, look, man, I'm still the biggest and I'll be the biggest. Yeah, we know you're the biggest, man. Ain't nobody messing with you. You're the biggest, but if, like, to me, the best Burnaboy album till today is African Giant.
That's the best album. I agree.
Yeah, that's the best album.
You could tell that
from track 1,
musically, he put it
from track 1. I
in
said
that in
from
that
track
song.
1 to the end,
When he didn't win a Grammy
everything
for
on
that,
that track,
that
man,
didn't pay me when
yeah,
Burna Boy no win Grammy for that album. He did
yeah,
not been able
everything
to
on that
make
track,
that
on that
album.
album was fire.
African Giants, that was the album.
Was the best album.
That is
That's
the
the
real.
best
When you
album.
want to
It's the
listen
best.
to African Giants,
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of
that's
saying,
Burna Boy.
I think Davido's best album. I think Davido's best album is the previous one. The previous one, not this one, but the previous one. Was the best
But honestly though, like it's hard to you when you have a great album, it's hard to duplicate it with another great album. Like there's
It's
gonna
not hard.
be
Bro,
It's
something
not hard.
lacking
Do you know why it's not hard? It's hard.
because none of them, all these guys that we just mentioned, none of them have come back with. None of them have two great albums.
yeah.
No,
back to
most
back.
of the
You know what I'm
time, the
saying?
reason why that happens is because either they don't remember the formula they used to get that. It's just like a hit record. You have to remember the formula you used to record that song. The go where you smoke, whether na Hennessy or whether na yes, now you have to remember.
Why
the
those
go, you have to remember
why
whether
those
na
people for
Hennessy
you
or
now?
Ciroc. Remember whether it's Hennessy or Ciroc or
But-
whether na Kai Kai.
Or
but-
To remember, and they tell you because you have to follow that same sequence to make another hit record. If maybe the producer where you use, the
Yeah,
producer where you
they
don't
important.
use, some people now they'll make a perfectly good album that's a perfect hit record, and they'll go and make the next one and work with new people. You didn't work with the same people that
Right.
you don't work with the same people that got you there, so you can master it now. Let's do it a second time in a row, so we know that we got it. You just go and just
Another reason though is they might be trying to reach a different market or reach a different, so they have to switch
That
up
too.
the sound a little bit.
too.
You can do that, but you have to master that
Yeah,
sound
that too.
before you
That too.
start. Say you want to go and do another sound. That first sound or that first level, you
Yeah.
have to know that even if you're gonna do something and come back, you can still do it. That's the way.
Right.
That's from a musical point of view. You understand? Yeah, it's
Right.
really hard. It's really especially, and I know as he didn't win that album, he was going to do anything to get because he knew that album was a better album. So now with all the albums he did after that, he just made sure that anyhow that I will do what I have to do. And I think it wasn't the next one where the cover of the album is where he's wearing a shoe or Timberland with a gorilla there. It was the next one, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't that one. It was the next one that now won the Grammy. So with Burna,
Yeah, that was
which one was that? Because I know the next one was him walking
was-
somewhere with
what African Giant was the
African Giant was the first one.
twice as tall,
yeah,
right?
twice as tall.
tall.
Was the second one.
As tall.
Was the second one. Then I think the
Even
one
that
after
twice as
was
tall.
way too
Even that
big.
twice-
Was that way too big? Or Love Damage?
Yeah. Oh, even those albums that you mentioned, those albums are not even that bad. They're good. They're good albums
Bro, I
too.
fuck with all.
Oh,
Honestly,
what
man,
Burna
like,
Boy's joint? I like it.
fuck with Burna. I don't never switch no Burna Boy tracks, but I play
Bro,
his whole shit
Burna
from
is-
top to bottom.
Burna is
bro,
a, let
honestly.
me tell you, Burna is a, that's why I say talent when it comes to the talents. Because, pop stars, David is Afro pop. So you got to realize that most pop stars don't write their shit. You understand? Most pop artists don't write their shit. There's this person, this writer wrote this,
Okay,
write
so now, with you saying that brings me to the question too. Do you respect those that don't write that shit, or you don't?
No, I respect those that
I
I
respect-
respect those that write their shit, and I respect those that can get a song from a writer, and a writer tells them what they felt when they wrote the song, or how this is meant to be, or why they wrote the song, and they can now, put that into their own mix and now sing that song like Rihanna, Umbrella, and some of these songs. They were not songs that she wrote, but other people have tried to sing those songs, but they couldn't. That's why when a writer writes a song, you write a song with somebody in mind. Oh, who will be able to? When you write the song, you check who will be able to do this, because it's not everybody that can do that. But when it comes to writing lyrics, I think it's more of like rap, R&B, rap, R&B. I'll say yes. And when it comes to rap,
I
you
respect.
have to write your shit. But pop,
Yeah, I respect both.
yeah, pop, I don't mind.
But
But rap, you have to write your
the one that touches my soul more, is when I could feel it, and I know your story, and I know what I know that's coming from you. I respect that more than you just getting music from 100 different places.
So do you respect Rihanna? Respect Rihanna?
She cool. I mean,
No,
Rihanna
as
cool.
an
Like I
artist,
don't listen to Rihanna.
as an
I do.
I res
I do
I
actually.
res I respect
I do.
every artist, but I don't listen to Rihanna. It's
okay,
just like I respect Davido, but I don't listen to
okay,
Davido unless I'm in a club.
I got you,
You
I
know what I'm
got
saying? Unless I'm in a club and is vibing, yeah. But if I'm in my car, there's no way I'm playing Davido.
you. Wow.
But Burna Boy, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be playing in my car for
Okay,
sure. You
okay.
know?
So I get you now. So I
Yeah.
get you now.
Like Rihanna is not playing in my car.
No,
There's no way
when I
Rihanna playing
said
in my
you
car.
respect Rihanna, I didn't even, it wasn't like, do you play her? But as an artist, as an accomplished artist, you respect
Oh yeah, I respect every
her.
artist.
Okay.
Every artist. I
The only
respect
reason I say
every
that is
artist
because
because
most of her
it's
songs are not songs that she wrote.
no,
Yeah, most
for
of the
sure.
songs.
All of them, even Beyonce, like
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So basically, yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy, man. We got the big three of the Afro motion, and we just gave you a big three of Afro beats, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy vibes, though. That's crazy
yeah.
vibes. Like that's real in depth. I don't think there's anybody that's given this much in depth about who
Because
and not just in depth, man. It's just quality
yeah,
reasons.
because
It's quality
we
reasons
live it.
to
We live it, bro. Like you said right from time. This is 20
right,
years of this. This is not no dilly dallying. This is 20 years of
right.
realizing the game, being in the game, producing the game.
Yep.
So is that real. We're not gonna say, we're not gonna say what is meant to, what is thought that's gonna be said. We're gonna say how we feel, how we see it, because like you said, these are folks who've been doing it for a minute. So, I'm really glad that you had us on,
No, I mean
brought us on. It's really
no,
good
that's
talk.
Yeah, man.
that's
That's
the
the new movement, man. Afro motion. They gonna hear
Afro
about it.
motion, man. We're gonna tell you the real, no filters, no lollygagging, no taking sides, and we don't
Tune
care.
in.
Like we
Tune in.
friends with everybody, but
Yep.
we're gonna give you the real. So
Tune
that's
in.
why you gotta tune
Yeah.
in to the Afro Motion podcast, and you're gonna always get the real.
Yeah.
So hit your like buttons, hit your
This just the,
subscribe buttons,
it's just
hit
the
your
beginning.
notifications. It's just the
We
beginning,
need,
and we got a whole
we need
lot
to
more.
holler. Hey, we need to holler at Casamigo, man. They need to sponsor this joint. You know what I mean?
My man.
Nah, we gonna get it. We gonna get some sponsors,
Or even
man.
on Guinness. Since we Africans love Guinness needs to sponsor us and shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Omo, Azu, all of them. We open for business.
Right.
Open for business. You know what I'm
Jungle
saying?
Justice, come on, bro. Yo, you're the shit, my nigga. You know your shit. You know your shit. I gotta give you that. You know your shit.
No, for sure, for sure.
You know your shit.
Hey, did you guys see the whole Anthony Joshua stuff, man?
Sad, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But but why? You know what? It's sad, and at the same time, I just feel like someone need to invest in ambulances, man. We need more ambulances in some areas of Nigeria.
I mean, if you want, man,
Because come on, how can you have a
superstar
superstar like that? How can you have a superstar like that and there's no ambulance? People have to actually dig him out of the car.
Man, it's crazy.
On top of that, if with the digging out of the car, ambulance still do not come.
Nobody can.
No, because they don't have an ambulance in that state. I don't think they have.
That's fucked up.
Because I saw
I'm sorry.
some lady from that state.
But that's
yeah. Shit, we could curse.
that's real fucked up, man. For real, that's fucked up.
I mean,
no,
I'm not sure
it's messed up to the fullest extent, bro. Like I don't understand how we have all these riches and we're talking about all these people that a single man can invest in this thing and
you know what's messed up about the situation?
What would you say is the problem going on in that country?
About that country, they are backwards. They are not normal people, bro. They're not normal people. Do you think they're normal people?
Let me say this, because when they say, when you ask that question, I know folks can go on and on and on and on. It's a question that we cannot really answer tonight, but in maybe a sentence or two or three at the most, let's each go around the table and say what we think is the problem and if we think there's a solution, or what we think is a solution.
Okay, I'll tell you what the problem is. Okay, this is my own take. The problem is the problem is the leaders.
Because I know it's sensitive.
Listen.
Sensitive issue.
Yeah, listen.
You know what I mean?
It is a sensitive issue because that's our hero. That's one of our heroes, and I feel like we let him down as Nigerians. As citizens, we let him down. Okay, so I think the problem is the leaders that are governing that particular state.
Okay.
Not every state, but keep going.
No, I heard about that state. I heard about the state. That's what I want to. I heard about the state. Some lady came up and was talking about the governor. Venue.
So you tell me a normal person now, something happens on the road, we don't have ambulance. Should that person just die for nothing? Just get help? We're better than that. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, we're way better than that, man.
Way better than that.
Unfortunate.
It's unfortunate that we have leaders like that don't even know how to put things in place. How much is ambulance? Have like 3, 4 trucks, or maybe even 5. You can afford it. How much is it?
Easily.
How much is it?
But it raises the real question: is our healthcare sector is abandoned? It's an abandoned sector.
Yes, it is.
That's why I say it's not just that state, man. It's in the whole Nigeria, bro. The healthcare sector is an abandoned sector, and unfortunately, like all these rich men, when they get sick, they fly out.
They fly out.
You know,
they don't even stay in their own country to get help. Our own president, our ex-president, even him, what's his name? Buhari? Man, that dude was in London getting treatment.
Tinubu will be president now. If Tinubu get headache, you no go drink Panadol. Tinubu they
country go imagine. Why does it have to be like that? And we do we say can we say we're still the African giant or the giant of Africa? We are not the giant of Africa. How can we be the giant of Africa? We still have this.
Bro, do you see the AFCON? Do you see the AFCON tournament right now? You see the stadiums in Morocco
filled up, right? Filled up, right?
Bro, see quality stadium, man. Bro, they're just driving around Morocco. Like one of these social media guys was like driving around Morocco. Man, let's see Morocco, bro.
Morocco is beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. I've seen
get money past Morocco.
Of course. It's our leaders that they want suffocating this money. They're suffocating it like almost either you are part of the DNA, or if you're not part of that DNA, nothing for you. It's that simple.
It's unfortunate.
Look, bro, we talk about this every day. We're going to debate every day. We're going to talk about it every day. Who's going to do something about it is the question. What can we do? Nobody can do nothing. All we can do is talk about it.
What can we do about it?
Nothing. Nigeria go talk something today.
What can we do? Tell us, what can we do? Do you have a solution?
My only solution is
the only solution
people will get money.
Nigeria.
Invest.
Even if you invest, now nothing's gonna happen. You know why? Even if you take $1 billion to Nigeria now and go and invest, it's still gonna end up in shambles because it's still the same mentality that's going to be happening. They're still gonna wanna use the same.
Or maybe they just kill everybody first.
The first thing, the major thing.
One guy gave. Actually, there was a guy that gave us.
Listening.
Yeah, John, go ahead. My bad.
No,
go ahead.
There was a guy. No, my own train of thought did. I don't want to forget your train of thought.
There was a guy that gave us. Yeah, so there was a guy that gave a suggestion. He said, man, might as well just clear Nigeria to ground zero. Everything to ground zero and start all over.
That's the only way, bro.
Ground everything, ground zero, and start all over. So that's the only way, because no matter how much you talk about it, no matter what we do, it's still going to be the same thing. Like you said, ground zero, everything, and start all over.
That would be a good idea. That's the only solution. Good idea years ago. Maybe like 20, 30 years ago.
All over. Crash the economy, crash everything, on everything, ground zero.
When the Rollins do that in Ghana, it's almost 40 years ago or 30 years ago, when they killed all the people. You can't do that in Nigeria now because everybody don't see money. Everybody get bar. People have too much. People have money. You're not going to go and just fuck.
Okay, so everybody get back. We can't have simple ambulance.
Okay.
So everybody get back. We can't have simple ambulance.
Let me tell you what I think is the solution.
They bust my head.
I'll tell you what I think is
standard. Simple standard we don't have.
Why now. I'll tell you what I think.
What do you think? What do you think?
Solution in Nigeria. We have to change the mentality. It's as simple as that.
Bro, we said that before.
How is that?
You see what they say?
We said that before. It's not working.
But how do you think you're going to change them? You have to change the mentality from the inner, because now the corruption and
mentality. Did you see 30 December? Did you hear the story of 30 December?
What happened?
Have you heard stories of 30 December?
That's what I'm telling you. That's the mentality.
How people they raise price anyhow?
All of a sudden they raise price like they just raise price. That's the mentality we have to change. That's the only way Nigeria is going
Good
to
luck with
change.
that.
Is the
Shit ain't gonna
mentality.
change.
If the mentality does not change, anything you're doing in Nigeria is zero. If you can't change the person's mentality, say, look, it's better to do good than evil. It's better to do this than that. And while you're changing mentality, you're giving them an option. You're giving them an option.
And who's
Bro,
gonna do
there's
that?
no way to change a mentality.
Exactly. Who's gonna do that?
There's
Who's
no
gonna
way
do that?
to change the mentality
Who's gonna do
of
that? Who's gonna change which mentality? Who?
because
Who's gonna do that?
Look,
because all the
look,
people that
Everybody they chop, every man for
the
themselves.
that's what I'm
function is
saying.
that say
For
you
them
have to
to
kill
change, for
everybody
them to
first. That's the
change
only
the
way you can
mentality,
change the
And you
mentality.
know,
for them to change the
all
mentality,
over.
for them to change the mentality, so somebody has to come in and be. Are you talking? Capo, you're on mute. You're on mute. Majesty, if you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now,
I
Capo.
can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
you now,
Capo, I
Capo.
can hear
I can hear
you.
all of you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. So because you're
yeah.
you're on mute. What I mean mentality is that we have to have the type of leader that came to Burkina Faso and to all these places and say, look, enough is enough. And anybody that's doing shit that they're not meant to be doing, you're gonna have to answer for it. That's the mentality. There has to be rule of law. You know what rule of law is? Everybody has to be able to say that, look, if you fuck up, you have to call it to answer why you fuck up. If you don't do this, you have to change. That's the mentality. You have to bring back sanity to the society before you say you want to go and build this or do this. Because the mentality is still the same. They will still kidnap people. They will still do this. They will still do a gunje. They will still do shit the wrong way. In Nigeria, we are used to doing shit the wrong way. You know, we're in Nigeria.
And guess what? They are comfortable
You know
doing
why
it
they're
the wrong
comfortable?
way. How
You know
about
why
that?
they're comfortable? You
They're
can't blame
comfortable.
them. You can't
They're
listen, bro,
comfortable. They're
listen.
comfortable doing
Listen, I'll tell you why you can't blame them, because the average thing that happens in Nigeria, there's this phrase that they say in Nigeria, is one phrase that has really put us down the train. You see that phrase where they say it's part of life? They say, oh, life, no day is part of life. Oh, this one, no day is part of life. It's not part of life. It's not part of life, bro. They say, oh, there's no.
The honest truth is that people have accepted this as the norm.
Do you
They've
know why they've
accepted
accepted
it,
it?
and
Do you know why?
they don't.
Because
All
they
they
have
give a
been
fuck about,
oppressed, bro.
yeah.
When you've been oppressed so much that, bro, they've been oppressed. When you've been oppressed so much that, oh boy, you accepted that. Look, when you wake up in the morning and go outside, narrator sound everywhere. When you wake up, when you come back to the house, there's no light. They've accepted it. They've accepted. That's why everybody now in Nigeria, the only thing they are thinking about is how they can get money and live like the people that are living big. That's the only thing in Nigeria now. How can I make that money that I can live like Davido, or live like this person, or live like this person, or live like, because the government is not giving anybody any opportunity to do anything but that. Thank God for smartphones and Twitter and all this other shit going on, that you can see how people are creative in Nigeria, using skits to make $10,000, $15,000 a month, doing all types of shit, doing Bitcoin and all this. Imagine if the system was working. Nigeria should be like Kuwait now. Not even Kuwait. Nigeria should be like, when did Dubai come? Dubai is just like, what, 45 years or 40 years? The fuck? I was reading the other day, since 2014, or was it 2012, 233 trillion naira cannot be accounted for. BC. Do you know how much that is? 133 trillion. That's 157 billion. So the mentality in Nigeria is to steal.
Majek, we can't hear you.
Majesty, are you talking?
Check 1 2
Okay.
1 2 1 2.
Can I hear you now?
Yeah, can you
Can I
hear
hear
me?
you now?
Yeah.
The mentality
Yeah.
in Nigeria is steal. That's what everybody else steals.
Bro, let me tell you this. Let me just mention one
20
thing.
December that
Look,
Majesty
we're
is
going to
talking
talk about
about something.
Nigeria.
Come on now. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's the mentality.
Bro,
It's the mentality, bro. If you can't change that mentality,
it is what it
Nigeria
is, bro.
finished.
Comfortable doing that.
Huh?
Because they're comfortable doing that. So
Bro,
can
you cannot
even you
blame
are not,
them.
we're not
Bro,
enough
you
to
can't
say, oh,
blame
do
them
this.
because
Nah,
that's all
no.
they know.
You get it. It is what it is. The
Bro, you have
the virus
bro,
don't
that's
spread.
all
And
they.
you got to blame
Do
Babangida.
you know why I left Nigeria?
Bullshit.
I haven't been back to Nigeria since 2002. 2002. Do you know why I left Nigeria? I went to Abuja. I get my boys for Abuja. I did placed well, even back then. I get Churchill when Churchill's dad was like, bro, his dad just died a couple of days ago. Chief of Army Staff, Churchill, Chris Ali, different people here and there got this contract shit, went to Ministry of Defense. I was trying to sell some gadget, just a picture of the phone, blah, blah, blah. I was trying to sell it, met this guy there. The guy was like, oh, I have this person. I think my mom or somebody said to come and meet you. He said, okay, contract, register my company, did everything. I was ready to go. This guy said, okay, he's going to send me 3 jobs. Bro, I came back the next day looking for this job. Next day, reached 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Then I saw him one day. I'm like, Nankadede, what's going on now? The contracts, I didn't see the contracts, blah, 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 blah. He told me he's giving me the contract. Not for me to find out that the lady that was meant to put everything through, what I was meant to do the paperwork, cloned my company and took those contracts with the cloned company. I looked at it, I said, man,
Now,
I'm not fucking with this.
what you just said. No, what you just said, right? Imagine that happened in Yankee. You go sue him now, collect your money now.
That's the thing. It will not
How you go clean
happen
your
in
shit?
America.
How's someone going to clean your company? How is someone going to clean your company
Cloned the
and get away
company,
with it?
bro. I don't know.
It does
Maybe
not
the
happen
guy
here.
was in on it. Maybe the guy was in on it. I didn't know. But when I found that shit out, I looked at it. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go, fight this woman? Or am I gonna go? What am I gonna do with this?
I'm on the same 2002 way. There'll be the same 2002 way Olumente make Yahoozy.
Bro. Crazy. That shit crazy, man. I think it was 2001. So Nigeria is the mentality. It's the mentality. It's who I go obtain today. It's the mentality. You have, if the mentality does not change, it's not gonna work. That's why I thank God for people like BDM.
Let's be honest, it's because there's no infrastructure. That's why the mentality can never change, because there's no infrastructure, there's no stability to get a job and to go to school, and even school is like I'm on strike here, strike there. So there's no infrastructure. The way the infrastructure is the reason why the people are the way they are.
All that infrastructure and all is we have to change the mentality. So
if they build a solid infrastructure, if they build a solid infrastructure, then the mentality will change.
Simple standard we don't even have. Simple standard, like ambulance.
We can build infrastructure. If we don't change the mentality now, because in Nigeria, our leaders think we don't need those things. They really think Nigerians don't need it.
We need them.
Do you think that if your leaders thought you needed that, they will build it for you now? They don't think you need it. They think that you can just, then they're okay now. I know with those people, I mean, they're okay. When they go fire, they just go give people money.
They go find way.
That's what they think. They think you don't deserve that shit.
Do you understand the magnitude of this accident that happened with Joshua?
Listen,
those guys, bodies were not found.
I really sympathize with that accident.
They were not, bro.
I really sympathize with it. But before that accident, that thing don't happen. It don't happen to normal Nigerians.
Of course.
They happen every day now. Every day.
Even on a bigger scale.
That's how the green
but
the same
the thing
way.
about
That's the
it now
same
is that
exact way
they don't look and say, so now which they won't take remember Nigeria, but they say now we can't kill Anthony Joshua. Because if Anthony Joshua had died in that, listen, we need to go kneel down. Go and thank God Anthony Joshua not die for that. If Anthony Joshua had died in that accident, Nigeria would have been finished. Bro, Nigeria would have been finished. What's going on would have been finished. That's why even Tinubu had to post that guy Joshua on his page. Post him on his page, and man, I feel
what
the fuck?
Yeah,
somebody that
what happened now?
90-something million.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah,
fuck out of here.
A couple of weeks ago.
Fuck out of here. I haven't been back to Nigeria.
What happened?
Not that I don't want to go, but I don't just miss
that guy now.
The fuck out of here with that shit.
Anthony Joshua is about to retire from boxing,
bro.
Anthony Joshua is about to retire,
bro.
He's about to retire. He's not doing
no more. You know what it is for you to win 92 million pounds? What is $92 million? And then the next couple of days you ought to go and relax with. And those his friends are they're like childhood. They're like his trainers. They're part of his training team.
Yeah. They grew up together.
Apart from even growing up, they're part of the training team.
I think,
man, it's
very unfortunate.
I
believe that's how his career is gonna end, bro.
And do you think this guy will want to visit Nigeria again with what had just happened? I don't think so. He'll be scared. God doesn't give him that mess.
Because I actually had the video.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know if I say it in the video, Majesty. The video I have of that accident, I have the video when they pulled those two guys out of the car. So I have the video where those two guys are on the ground. The guy that was in front, he has no head. I think I still have the video.
I didn't see
The
that.
guy in front. No,
I don't even want to see.
I saw the video of the two guys when they brought them out of the car because, and you know, Anthony was sitting in the front. Anthony was sitting in the front now. For some reason,
Yeah, he was at some
for
point.
some reason, Anthony went from the front to the back of the driver because you know in
How did
Nigeria
that
those
happen?
cars, you know, for Nigeria, not only at the back of person where somebody like Anthony Joshua go face sit. So probably the driver is not too tall. He's not a tall guy. Anthony Joshua now
Yeah,
sat behind that guy. But those two guys that sat, if you have the mind to see that video, the first guy that was in front, I'm telling you, the guy's head busted because it was that side that they used to hit the trailer. You know how trailers are now. Once the car hit,
yeah, yeah.
the grill of the car will not even be able to hit the tire. Why? Because of the length of the
Yeah,
what they call it, the length of the actual trailer, the body itself. So by the time the car, you
trailer.
know,
Yeah,
it's
That bed,
different if
that
it's
bed.
different if
Yeah.
the guy hits the tire. But as the car won't hit the tire, the whole that shit hit that guy in the face. That guy's head was not there. His whole body was, blood like this. The guy behind his head was there, but blood all over. I said, damn. That shit was sad. And you see, it's people like this Anthony Joshua, you know, because if it wasn't, like I was saying, if it was another person, we would have heard of it. But now that it's happened to Anthony Joshua, there's now that
That guy's
spotlight.
it's from a hometown, man. That's where I'm from.
Okay. So that's why you're
You know?
talking, because I saw one lady. There was
Yeah.
one lady, I forgot her name, but there's one lady that came out and blasted your governor, Yoruba lady. She blasted your
Oh,
governor.
I don't blame
I
her.
saw it. You know the one? She blasted your governor. Say, I think
I saw the video.
she blasted
Yeah,
your governor, blasted him. Say, man, in the whole of Ogun State, we don't have one ambulance. In the whole of that state, there's no. How can you not have an ambulance in a state? So Nigeria, when I say the mentality, we have to change the mentality so that we can build good infrastructure. Change the mentality so we can provide for our people. They don't like to provide for their people. They don't like to. I mean, come on, don't you love your people? Even Lagos, the infrastructure in Lagos, the plan in Lagos, that's a 1972 or 73 plan that they are still building off of. That's why they are breaking all those houses, because they allow people to go and build houses where houses are not meant to be built. What type of mentalities? You know those places, where they are building all those houses are not meant to be built there, but because for some reason you have the access or the trades, you're selling those houses. I live in Nigeria.
where on Echo Atlantic?
No, all those houses that you hear that they are breaking in Nigeria.
Where are you talking about?
In Nigeria now.
Oh, okay.
All those houses that they are breaking. You know those houses that they were breaking them because those houses were not meant to be built on that land. So why did they sell the land to them in the first place? Because it was still the government that sold the land to those people who have those houses. Abi? So why would you sell land to people
do you
that
see?
houses are not meant to be built on? What the fuck?
Do you see the problem now?
Like, what the fuck?
No, Nigeria, bro, we're just different. I think we're just built differently, man. We're different. We're just built different.
It's because it was.
That's all I gotta
was,
say. We're built different.
Listen, it was put on us. We're not like that before.
This guys.
No, we're not like that before. The person who is responsible for
I
Nigeria,
know we're not like that before. But look at what it is
the
now.
person who is responsible for Nigeria's issue today, you ask me, because there's somebody who's responsible that steered us in that direction, and that's IBB. IBB is the person that,
of course, I agree. He started that.
You see that mentality?
He started that virus.
Clean mouths.
He was not expecting us. He was the one that spread the virus. He was the one
started the virus in Nigeria.
When
IBB came into power, the dollar was 60 kobo. 60 kobo. When he left, it was 17 naira.
I said dollar. No.
In 1985,
dollar for dollar. Dollar for dollar. Neck to neck.
Yeah.
Neck to neck. But 50 kobo was valuable. 50 kobo was so valuable.
That's what I'm telling you now. When Babangida came into power,
you know what I can do with 50 kobo?
60 kobo. The naira was 60 kobo.
Back then, 50 kobo.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Will buy you, bro. 50 kobo buy enough shit
the
in the
other
80s.
day, I Googled, I say, who is
in the
richer?
80s, 50 kobo.
I Googled, I say, who is richer? Donald Trump. Apparently, Donald Trump is worth 6.1 billion. Babangida is worth 5.9 billion. But they say, look, from all the allegations, and everything from the Gulf War, because that's where Babangida made his money from. Gulf War. During the Gulf War, Nigeria made 300.
But do you know right now, that guy's on his deathbed right now.
That's what everybody is saying now, that with all the money and everything that you did, look at where you are.
Oh, you're dead.
Look at where you are.
Anytime from now, that guy will die.
Babangada's real estimate is 27, anywhere from 25 to 28 billion.
So all that money when you steal now.
That's what
What's
his
he gonna
real
do with all that
estimate
money?
is.
What's he gonna do?
But you see, his own even started.
All that money now.
His own started early. It was when his wife died. That's when they realized they were not untouchable. Because they believed they were untouchable with all that money. It was when his wife died, Mariam Babangida. Because Mariam was like his, that was like that was like his bunny. He was Clyde. When she died, Babangida is the worst thing that happened to Nigeria. It's the worst thing. But they cover it with, he built Third Mainland Bridge and then he built Abuja. There were people who Abuja's plan was already there before Babangida came. He just came and just executed it. The plan was already,
Lagos used to be the capital.
There were some heads of state that were going to do it before, but Nigeria but one thing I'm happy for Nigeria for, one thing I'm happy despite all that is this new generation. Because this new generation is different, bro. See this new generation in Nigeria now?
They're smart.
They are different, bro. They are very different. They're not sitting down.
They're very smart.
Internet don't wise us. Internet don't wise us.
Yeah, this new generation, all these, this new generation, the artists, the ones that are building apps, the ones that are doing banking, the ones that are doing, some young boys that are doing some crazy shit. Give those guys at least maybe another 10 years, 10, 15 years.
No, 10 years is too far. No, 10 years is too far, bro. I give them way less than that.
10 years is that in the next 10 years in Nigeria, at least, because you go look around, you go say, okay. And when I mean 10 years, is not like only Lagos, bro. Talking about everywhere. Because even in the East, some governors are popping in the East doing some shit. Some governors, because at the end of the day, it's all about when somebody does it, another person will do it. I think it's the governor of, is it Abia State or Imo State? That guy is doing some crazy shit over there. Those people just have to start. When somebody does, somebody will see and do. Because right now, at the end of the day, in Nigeria, you can't tell these boys anything because now they are using the internet and all that to make money and do their shit. So I'm very proud of the new generation in Nigeria. I'm very proud of them. They are not letting their society or their parents tell them what to do. And even now, sir, parents are easing off now. It's not like before. So Nigeria will change, but maybe rest in peace. So, but maybe this thing that happened to Auntie Joshua. Thank God he didn't die. Rest in peace to his friends. But it's an eye-opener of the level, the level that Nigeria has really gotten to. And that look that, we can be really, it has shown that, man, damn, that shit was crazy.
Man, at the end of the day, it's sad, but I will just say this. God bless Nigeria. God bless America. We thank God that we're fortunate enough to be here. And God bless Afro Motion Podcast. We giving you real topics and we talking real, on everything.
Being passionate about it.
Nobody is biting their tongue or nothing. So we just, we're giving you things that we're passionate about.
It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Yeah. So until the next one, peace and love. Hit that notification button, subscribe, and drop your comments. Let us know, chime in. Let us know, how y'all feeling. We'll see y'all next week.